I'm Damon Bruce. Sunday in the NBA. It'll be the Philadephia 76ers facing off against the New York Knicks. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against Miami. And they pulled off a three-point win in that one. Too close for comfort, but they'll take it.
Well, I'll bet they feel it never should have even gotten as far as overtime. But they kept their cool once it did get there. And they finished it off nicely.
Yeah, they got a second life when it got to OT. And they took that chance and ran with it.
And a look here at this 76ers starting group presented by State Farm. All out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Channing Frye. Then it's Alonzo G. And it's Garnett in at the 5 spot. And for the Knicks, they've got Carter. Conley out there with Kobe. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Young in at the 4 slot. It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Conley with it. Young outside. The dish to Kobe. New York moving it around. Spates the pass to Carter. Sinks the three-pointer. Carter's got his team on the board to start the game for the Knicks.
I tell you, they might have to make a defensive adjustment. They can't give him that kind of a look from beyond the arc. Well, the Knicks the last few years haven't really been known for being a great defensive team. But maybe that will change with Mike Woodson coming in. A more traditional style NBA coach who's going to play a little bit slower pace, a little more isolation stuff. And as a result, maybe his team will be in better position, at least transition-wise, defensively.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. Doug Collins and I chatted for just a bit. I asked him where he thought they have an advantage in this game, and he said our shot blocking is one thing that really sets us apart. Now, we have to be solid all around, but that does help us quite a bit when it comes to sending away penetration and shot attempts inside. Kevin, never something you want to rely on, but always a great backup to have.
Thanks for the report, Doris. Steve, Clark, your thoughts on their defensive focus here?
Well, it's the right strategy, Kevin, because you have to play to your strengths as a team. You can't get away from who you are.
And that's right, Steve. Their strength is certainly what they do defensively. They can rattle folks.
Now here is Carter, following the miss by John Wall. Back to Conley. Dishes it to Carter. Clock at 4. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Wall attacking. Flushes it down.
What a talented leaper. Loves to climb up and throw it down. Man!
Oh, Clark, he gets up so quickly.
Yeah, he's like a pogo stick.
Oh, my gosh. Not a lot of point guards in the league can jam like he can.
That's for sure.
And he's able to finish, guys, amongst all the big fellas in the paint. Just amazing athleticism.
Knight against Young. Outside, Wall. Back to Knight. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Philadelphia, by virtue of playing a number of games at home early in the season, really started hot last year, but then faded down the Eastern Conference ladder as the season wore on. A part of that was their difficulty in winning games on the road.
And so he hits the technical free throw. You mentioned it, Clark. 76ers road play. They finished 16-17 there, which isn't bad, but it kept them down probably at that 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And, Steve, a few more wins, it would have changed a lot for them.
Well, as it was, though, it turned into a pretty good draw because they were actually able to play Chicago in the first round after Rose.
Oh, get it! Uh-oh, watch out now. You know, the dunk was great, but I didn't care for that interior defense there, guys. It was non-existent.
You're right, Clark. You know, it was way too easy. I don't think the coach liked it either. Look at it. Look at that face. Uh-oh.
It doesn't get much easier than that. They have got to tighten up their defense. That was embarrassing.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. And Kobe, here we go. Shoots a fader. Can't hit. And the 76ers go the other way with it. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
Well, last year's season series between them was a battle of two of the NBA's mid-level teams, and They didn't get the better of it.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
Man, he is an absolute force when he gets near the hoop.
Pass to Conley. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. These guys were a tough opponent for them last year, Clark, like Steve was just saying.
Yeah, when you're so evenly matched with the team, Kevin, it doesn't make you feel that good to have dropped most of your games against them because you feel like you should at least win some of the games you play against this team.
Enes Kanter's checked in for New York. Shot by Wall, and Kanter pulls it down.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Now here is Carter, guarded closely, and the Knicks miss again.
Well, what you love about Kevin Garnett is his ability to communicate defensively, to jump out and guard pick-and-roll situations, covers so much ground defensively. One of the great defenders the league has ever seen.
And here's Kobe for three. That one goes. Come.
Nice job there. He knows how to get that ball in the bucket, doesn't he, guys?
And here's Wall. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Kicks it tonight. No one near him. And good on the basket. Book it. And for players like Kevin Garnett, the big ticket who came into the league right out of high school in Chicago, sometimes the odometer, a bigger issue than age.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. What kind of miles do you have on those wheels? And KG in his mid-30s, well over 1,000 games played, that adds up over time.
Clock at 6. And here's Kobe from the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you've got to defend him in some form or fashion.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Well, not too much went wrong for them in that one, especially offensively. I think it worked out pretty much just as they had planned.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent game plan, and they carried it out very effectively. The kind of game that makes a coach proud.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Matt Barnes is checked in for Young. Johnson comes in for Vince Carter. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Kobe. And it's Rivers in for Mike Conley. The Knicks leading by 3. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Rivers kicks to Barnes. The pass to Rivers. Crawford. And there's the feed to Kanter. New York needs to get off a shot. He kicks it to Barnes. Over Harris. Barnes can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 3. And stolen by Barnes. Harris against Crawford. He passes to Barnes. Back to Crawford. Some nice passing by New York here. Johnson kicks to Kanter. It's stolen by Brown. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Walker with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Shot's good by Walker.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
Crawford outside. Feeds to Barnes. Makes the lead pass. Johnson. And that one's good. Johnson's got his first points of the game. 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Walker kicks to Brown. Shoots over Kanter. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front, up 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
On tap this Monday, the Phoenix Suns go up against the Miami Heat. Be there.